this will be a quick little speech. Who has anybody approaching high school? Anybody? Okay. So, you hear, like I mentioned earlier, people ask, well, it's great you doing all this cutesy artsy stuff while they're small. What are you going to do when they get older? Are they going to miss out on prom? Are they going to miss out on this or that? My kids we've had senior pictures made. They went to the big prom in Indy. They went to the little prom down in, where's that? Okay, Washington. They've been down there. My kids have not had any, they've not been neglected, let's put it that way, in any high school pursuit. Now, some things that we haven't had are peer pressure, bullying, and not unless you siblings, but we have some bullying in our house. There's a little bullying. So one thing I really did not take into account, and I don't know why, but it's just something that sort of slipped my radar for many years, was I'm going to have to come up with a high school transcript that looks legit and that a college is not going to laugh at me. And that was very daunting, since we had switched probably when my oldest, when she was still at home, still at school. It would have been her junior year, I think, and that would have been like 2016 to 17 when we got really serious about Charlotte Mason. And so I had switched everything over. We were using simply Charlotte Mason at the time because I needed a book list, I needed some direction, I needed just a good ground foundation to get us going. And I will tell you that when my daughter graduated, she had two good years of Charlotte Mason. She said, "Mom, I wish all my years had been like that." So that really, put upon my heart to continue this, and so that the other children would benefit from this type of education. But with Emily, she did not desire to go to college. Now she's thinking about going to a technical school right now, which I may have to employ my skills to do a transcript for that. But my second daughter, who just graduated, wants to go to school for biblical counseling. So it was kind of like, oh, we have to have a high school transcript. What are we going to do? Not that I don't keep, a list of what we do. I do, and that's what you're going to use when you want to compile your things for a homeschool or from a high school transcript from homeschool. And just because you are a homeschool does not devalue your transcript. Your transcript is as legit as any public school transcript can be. Your record keeping, when your child gets into 9th grade, your record keeping can be as simple as keeping your book lists together or making an Excel spreadsheet and keeping books in there. You can also add co-op classes or extracurriculars. Those can be added in as well. I normally have a section, and I wrote this out, so I'm reading what I wrote earlier, so it might sound a little weird. I normally have a section in my lesson plan books that I keep, that I can keep books read, and also I go back through my teacher books. That's what I did. I went back through my lesson plan books. I pulled those out. Was like, okay, did I miss anything that I hadn't written down? Hadn't written down over here, because sometimes I do that. I'll have like 2 or 3 different notebooks, and I'm going, where's my brain at? You can compile a list of all the books read. However, it is my experience. You still want to keep that list of books, okay? What you want to do is go through and highlight the best books, because when you are getting ready to do your course descriptions and some of those samples, you want to pick the best books. You don't want to go, well, we read, just a, I wouldn't say, because in Charlotte Mason's, if you're using a Charlotte Mason style education, you're not going to be reading bad books. But let's be honest, if your child is reading like War and Peace or something like that, you're going to want to showcase those books that show that you have had weighty, meaty material for your child, right? Let's just be honest. You want it to look good. So you can keep that list, pull out those books that you want to highlight, right? But it is my experience that not every college wants to see every book your child has read, okay? And I was speaking with Brenda Planow, and she had mentioned as well, she's had, 4 or 5 in college? 5. They don't want all that every book, because somebody has to sit and wade through that and read all of that. They're not interested in that.
Well, and some colleges don't want a course description or a book list at all.
Right.
They are happy to just have the transcript and they take their word for it. So it all comes out in the wash when they take placement tests anyway.
Right, and that's what I'm getting at.
Oh, sorry.
Well, you could contact the college admissions and ask them what type of transcript they prefer. It's no big deal. Hey, we are, and use your, if you have a homeschool name, use your homeschool name. DeLong Christian Academy. And I need to know, is this what you accept, or is this acceptable, or how would you prefer, They're just people like you are. They put their pants on the same way. And my husband always says they can't eat you. So, don't be afraid to contact these people and ask them these questions. Now, I do not assign letter grades. Charlotte Mason, there's not, you are learning till you have proficiency, and then we go on, right? So that can be a little bit squirrely when you get into doing a transcript. So colleges, if you do not give letter grades, they may go solely off of your students' SAT, ACT, or CLT scores for admissions and for scholarships. So.